Now Piaget, Jean Piaget, the developmental psychologist, who's a very smart guy, he pointed out something very interesting. He said, imagine you ran a set of iterated games as a competition. And in one iterated game, the rule was, you bloody well do what I tell you to. And the other one is, well, we'll all get together and decide how we're going to do this. Okay, now we run the competition. Now, Piaget's claim is, you do what I tell you fails. And the reason for that is I have to impose force in order to keep you cooperating. And the imposition of force is a cost. It's an efficiency cost. And across time, that efficiency cost is going to multiply. And the equilibrated state solution, which is the one where we all agree, it wins. Now that's worth thinking about. You think about that locally. So you're trying to organize your family. You have a little family conference about who's doing what in the household. And if you want peace and harmony and an iterated game, you get everybody to say, well, here's the tasks, and they have to be done. People have to agree on that. And then you say, well, which task would you do? You have to do some. How about you? And, which task would you do? And everybody agrees. And then you say, well, unless you can come up with a better solution, that's the one we're going to go with. And then people can be a little resentful and angry about the conditions of existence where they have to work, but they can't really blame that on anyone else. And maybe that's the best solution you can come up with. And that was Piaget's idea of the equilibrated state. It was like, it's a voluntary agreement that can be iterated across time that works at multiple levels of social organization. Man, that's a serious, serious, serious set of constraints. And Piaget, by the way, was looking for a way to reconcile science and religion. He was looking for a biological origin to morality. And he thought he found it in the idea of the equilibrated state. And it's even deeper than that. So imagine this equilibrated state idea is actually, there's something to it. That if you set the state up properly, it will iterate across time so long that it becomes a permanent part of the environment. A hierarchy is that's exactly what a hierarchy is. Hierarchies are 350 million years old. They're not the patriarchal invention of white European Christian males in the last 300 years. They're 350 million years old. They're stable solutions to this iterated game problem. And they've been around so long that we're actually adapted to them. And that's part of the reason we have archetypal representations of the social structure. And we also have archetypal representations of the relationship of the individual to the social structure. Your job as an individual in relationship to the social structure is to embody the social structure, but also to serve as its eyes and its mouth, so that it can update itself when necessary. So you take on the mantle of your father, let's say, but he's dead. He's the past. He can't see. You can see. So you take the structure that's already there and you modify it where it's necessary. And that modification process is necessary, or the state becomes too static and collapses. And that's why the state has to be subordinate to the individual. And that's what Western culture has discovered. And we can't just let it go. That's the idea of the logos. That's a big idea. And you want to live somewhere where the individual is subordinate to the state. It's like, hey, go right ahead. There's lots of places like that, man. Emigrate. Go there. 90% of the world's countries are like that. If you want to live like that, man, go find out what it's like. You don't see immigration going there, that's for sure.